Retired financier Howard Rubin, 70, was arrested at his home in Fairfield, Connecticut, on September 26 and was indicted in a 10-count federal complaint that charges him, along with his former personal assistant, Jennifer Powers, with a scheme involving sex trafficking, transporting women across state lines, and bank fraud. Prosecutors say that between about 2009 and 2019, Rubin and Powers recruited women, including former models, under false or misleading promises, arranging for them to travel to New York for what they were told would be paid sexual encounters. Once there, some of the encounters reportedly took place in a soundproofed and locked room in Rubin's Manhattan penthouse, converted into a so-called sex dungeon. That room was described as painted red and outfitted with bondage gear, restraining straps, and even devices capable of delivering electric shocks. Prosecutors claim Rubin sometimes ignored safe words, continued physical violence even after women lost consciousness, and coerced or deceived victims in ways that exceeded any meaningful consent. The women were said to have endured bruises, pain, psychological trauma, and in some cases needed medical attention. The scheme was allegedly funded with over $1 million of Rubin's money. Rubin also faces accusations of committing bank fraud by making false representations to a lender when financing Powers' mortgage in Texas. Indictment says Rubin and Powers required women to sign non-disclosure agreements that threatened legal or reputational consequences if they disclosed details of the abuse. This is not the first time Rubin has faced legal action. In a civil case filed in 2017, some plaintiffs alleged similar misconduct, and in 2022, a jury awarded them millions in damages, though Rubin appealed the decision. As of now, Rubin's legal team has not publicly responded to the charges or made any statements. It is expected that any defense will likely challenge the government's version of events, the evidence presented, and argue issues of consent and coercion. The indictment against Howard Rubin and Jennifer Powers paints a disturbing picture of abuse hidden behind wealth, glamour, and legal threats. With no public defense yet offered, the case now moves to court, where prosecutors must prove their claims beyond a reasonable doubt, and Rubin must fight charges that could bring decades in prison if he is convicted.